things I've been noticing lately at art fairs is that there are a lot of artists hanging up 4x6-inch prints in their booth and selling them. And they're selling these instead of having print bins filled with prints. And I gotta say, this method of selling art prints seems really good to me because, as you know, if you've seen any of my videos, I have a lot of problems sometimes with people spilling things in my print bins or taking the prints out of there and dropping them on the ground and dinging up the quarters and stuff. And so having a way that I could sell an affordably priced print with an equivalent profit margin as those prints I'm selling in the print bins is a really attractive thing to me. And at my recent show, one of the artists came over to me and she showed me one of her small 4x4-inch prints, which is basically the same size. And she said, these prints don't necessarily sell all that good for me, but my friend who has similar work as yours that's animals, she sells these like crazy. So for all of these reasons, I thought at my next show, I have to try out selling these 4x6-inch framed prints. This video is sponsored by Best Printers. Here's a closer look at some of the prints that I made with the Best Printers brand photo paper. If you'd like to get 10% off of your order to test it out to make your prints, you can go to Amazon and use the code CrystalPhoto. There are links down in the description. So in this video, I'm going to go over the exact materials I'm using to make these framed prints and how I'm going to be displaying them in my booth to get the most sales. So as for supplies, like I said, I'm using the Best Printers paper and it costs 13 cents a sheet. So then we have our print. It cost me 21 cents to print this for the ink. Now it might cost you a different amount of money because every printer has a different ink cost, so you'll need to calculate that out to get the exact amount that this is going to cost you. And then I got these framed from Amazon in a pack of 14 and they cost $1.14 each. This makes the total cost $1.48 for the framed print. Now we haven't gotten to the framing yet. We're going to get to that here in a minute, but this makes a 13 times markup and a 92% profit margin. If you're selling these at $20 a piece, which is what I'm going to price them at in my booth. But I would like to say that the artist who came in and told me about these selling so well for her friend, she said that her friend was selling them for $30 a piece. And last year when I went into other artists' booth and kind of scoped out the scene and tried to see what they were selling, theirs were priced at $25 to $30. So I'm pricing mine for less than what the other people are at a lot of these shows, but I like to do that so that way I can sell more inventory. So there actually is room in this if you wanted to price it for more and try that out to make an even better profit. But personally, a 13 times markup on my initial investment is an excellent amount of profit for me to make on a product in my booth. So I don't need to price it for any higher. I always like the featured product in my art booth to be at least a 10 times markup. So this framed print will more than satisfy that goal. So if you notice on this print, I did not print it borderless. You certainly can print borderless, but since it will be framed, having a little border around there just makes sure that my entire image is actually seen by the viewer and the border will be hidden by the frame. And so if you don't have to print borderless, it's also a little bit better for your printer because when the printer prints borderless, all the ink that's going to the edge, there's a little bit of it that will go beyond the edge, which is called a bleed, basically. But that extra ink is going into your printer, and this can cause you to have to do more cleanings on your printer. So if you don't have to print a lot of borderless prints, you're better off. One of the tricks I found when you have a frame that has these little tabs back here that you have to bend, if you just use a butter knife on them, it works really well, and you don't have to hurt your fingers that way. And it gives you quite a bit of something to hang on to. So you can make a lot of these without hurting your hands. Just removing all this stuff because I don't need it. Then we have to pull off the plastic sheets that are on the outside of this plexiglass. Not all frames will have this, but I like this feature because it makes it so that the plexiglass is perfectly clean. It doesn't have lint or scratches or anything on there. So it makes your art look nicer. So you just grab it up at the corner. Sometimes I have to work at it a little bit to get it off of here. It's good to have some fingernails. Before I bend these down, I just like to double check, make sure that it's right side up. Sometimes I've made the mistake and had this turn the wrong way. Then at the show I'm hurrying, trying to fix it. And there we go. We have our framed print. Now, as you can see, I have a few more to make there, but I've made quite a few already. My plan is to make 9 of these to hang up in my booth, and then a whole bunch of extras to replace that inventory that's on the wall once I sell them. So that way there are plenty of things for people to see in my booth, and I don't miss out on sales if I run out of inventory. So I need to make like maybe 30 or 40 of these to give it a good test at this next show. So this one I'm framing is my sloth. This one's super popular. I'm going to make several copies of these. And if you're trying these out in your booth, I would suggest that if you have one that you know is your best seller, then you're going to want to make sure to bring a few extra. So that way you have enough to satisfy all the people who are shopping in your booth. And well, this is the 9th one, all finished, and they're ready to hang on the wall in my booth. So I wanted to show you exactly how I'm merchandising these. So what we did was we set up a couple of my pro panels here in my studio. I'm going to hang some of my bigger paintings next to how I'm displaying the smaller ones, so that way you can see the best way to pull this off in your booth to get the most sales. And I think the best way to display these are hanging them up in a grid, so that way they're grouped together in your booth. The main thing that you're going to want to do when you line these up in a grid is to make sure that all the rows are exactly even, because if you have, let's say, like one higher and lower and like they're all wonky looking the way they're hanging up, that's not an attractive way to merchandise your artwork in your booth. It looks haphazard. It looks like you really didn't care about your work with the way you were hanging it. So this way, if you noticed, I was really trying to measure. I just used my hand to measure, but I measured out my hangers and I tried to get them all the same height, so that way they're looking good. And then once you hang it up on there, you can kind of look and readjust if you need to. Now, if you don't have pro panels, you may be hanging your work with some other mechanism, but you're going to want to try to make sure, however you're hanging them, that you're getting everything completely lined up straight, horizontally and vertically. So you can see here I have them all hanging in a grid. You can see they're vertically aligned, horizontally aligned. Now sometimes there'll be wind at these events or just people bump them, and you can see how they might get uneven. And you don't stress yourself out over it. I mean, every once in a while in the show, if you can, go over and straighten things, right? But you can't keep everything perfectly straight. But you want to start it out with it being the best you can. And this is why, like, let's say you had this one and it was like up here like this. And this one's like, I don't know, over here like this. And like this. And maybe one down here like this. You see how that doesn't look very good, right? And so there's no amount of straightening. If you hang them like that it's ever gonna fix it, right? And so I guess if you don't mind your booth looking all messy, you can do that. But this, hanging them like this, is the sign of somebody who's kind of inexperienced at figuring out how to hang their booth walls. And so that's why I think that you really don't want this. You want to have them in as a perfect of lines as you can. And I just think it's good to have one tag that tells the price. You don't need to have a tag for every single one, because that'd be a whole lot of tags. And if they're all the same price, it's just easy for a customer to understand. And the easier that you can make anything to understand from a signage point in your booth is good, because it's taking less thought and it creates less friction in a buyer's mind. Why you want to set them up in a grid? It's Gestalt theory, right? So basically we see things in a grouping and it makes us get a different feel of the artwork than if we saw it by itself. And so you're seeing a grouping of these, it takes up more space. So as the viewer is seeing this from out in the art fair, they're walking by, if you can imagine, they're seeing these big pieces next to it. If you just had one of these little ones hanging over there next to it, that's going to make this one little piece look really small next to this. But when you have the entire grouping, it takes up even more space than one of these bigger pieces. And so this will capture the viewer's attention from outside your booth, this whole section. And then we'll come in and take a look and see your very affordable prices and see how they could even buy a couple of these to go together because they look so good hanging together on the wall. I also can see how customers would love to buy this size of artwork as a gift because they don't even have to go find a frame for it afterward. Like if they were to buy a print out of your print bin, they'd have to go frame that for the person most likely, but this is ready to go. And also I love this product for those people who come in your booth and are like, well, I don't have wall space. You can just walk over here to your display, pick one up and say, well, you don't need wall space for these. See, you can set it on a shelf, and it's perfect like even like on a bedside table or even in a bookshelf, so you don't have to have any wall space for this. And thanks again to Best Printers for sponsoring this video. If you want to buy their paper to use to make these framed prints, links to this and all the other things that I discussed in the video are in the description. And if you'd like to learn more about how to talk to customers better in your art booth, check out this video. All right, thanks so much for watching. See you next time.